Hello. If your favorite headphones are not working, then today I'll show you how to replace the 3.5mm audio jack and repair it on Pioneer SE-MS5T headphones. Most often one side is not sounding or the microphone is not working. First you need to understand where the damage is. Usually the cable is damaged at the 3.5mm plug of the headphone. If you move the cord at this connector and you get a quick sound on both sides or the microphone starts to work, you know that the damage is at this point. But if nothing changes, you can move the cable while listening to music at the inline volume control, or at the headphone housing. If at any of these stages the headphones start to work properly, you know that the defect is in that part. Today these headphones have a broken cable at the 3.5mm jack end. If the damage in your case is in a different place, see my previous tutorials on how to repair this type of headphone cable damage. But today, I'll show you how to easily replace and fix the 3.5mm audio jack with microphone. To do this, you'll need to get a few tools and a soldering kit from your grandmother's bedside table. Some heat shrink tubing and a multimeter will also come in handy. See the last video for how to use it. To repair these headphones you will still need to buy a 3.5mm jack. There are two options: buy a 4-pole that will also have a microphone function, or a 3-pole that will be without a microphone. Today I will show you the more complicated repair option with the 3.5mm 4-pole jack, where the headphones will work like new, that is also with a microphone. If you don't use a microphone, then you can buy a 3-pole jack. For how to connect the simplest 3-pole 3.5mm jack, see my previous videos. Links to the plugs are in the video description. If you're ready, start by cutting off the defective 3.5mm jack. Then tighten the cable to loosen the excess rubber jacket. Then put on the cable jack housing, because after soldering it won't be able to be put on and all the work will be wasted. Then cut off the excess rubber. Then carefully remove the cable jacket with a sharp paper knife, but very carefully so as not to damage the internal wires. Then divide wires by colors. In my case there is gold with red, blue and red with gold wires around it. Carefully remove the gold wires from the red wire. But make sure that not even the smallest wire is left on the red wire, otherwise the headphones will not work properly after repair. The gold wires need twist together to make another wire. At the moment there are 4 wires, blue, red, gold and red with gold colors. Then tin the wires so that they are easier to solder and you can use a multimeter to check where each wire should be connected. I get that gold color wire is ground for mic, red wire is mic, red with gold color is left and blue is right. Then tin all 4 contacts of the 3.5mm jack. This will improve the soldering quality. Then tin the wires so that their lengths match the distance to the contacts. Then snip off the excess length of mic wire and solder to the correct contact and press the cable into the jack with the metals. Then solder the next wire and solder all wires in sequence, but be careful that the wires and their solder do not touch each other, as then there will be a short circuit and the headset will not work properly. Once all wires are soldered to the 3.5mm jack contacts, check with a multimeter that no unwanted short circuits have formed and that the headphones are soldered correctly. If everything is correct, then take your grandfather's toenail polish and cover all the contacts to avoid short circuits in the future. Then take the heat shrink tubing and stretch it a little bigger with the pliers. Put heat shrink tubing over the 3.5mm jack. Apply superglue where the cable is locked into the 3.5mm jack housing and attach the heat shrink tubing over the top. This will give a much better lock for the cable. Then apply super glue to all the contacts and a little to the heat shrink tubing and screw the jack body over the top. This gives a good fixing and longer life. Then take a heat shrink tubing that is a little smaller than the diameter of the jack. Stretch it bigger with the clamps to fit on the jack. Then put a little superglue in place where the cable goes into the jack housing and attach the heat shrink tubing over the top of the jack housing. Here's the result. Pioneer SE-MS5T headphones repaired. Money saved by not buying new ones, and again a long time enjoying music. If you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to post them below this video. I would be happy if you hit the like and subscribe buttons, so we can meet in other useful videos. See you soon.